All right, guys, when it comes to this next round of stimulus negotiations and what's going on in politics today, we're going to discuss the why behind individuals being taxed even though they're on Social Security. Also, I'm going to give you an update for us to receive a fourth round of stimulus payment. Also, we're going to talk about more free rent money. You need to apply, and we're going to make sure we supply you with the information that you need here on Mostly Money. So you can get the latest and greatest information coming from Mostly Money, because we're going to always be here for you and your loved ones. So let's get started. For those of us that are on Social Security and those of us that are looking forward to it in the future as being one of our retirement investments, it's kind of confusing to many of us. Why is it that some states still tax individuals that are on Social Security?
Several CCO viewers emailed us wanting to know, why do we even tax Social Security benefits? Good question. Heather Brown explains how it started and who already doesn't have to pay.
As always, there are two sides to this topic. One is that people have paid in all the way. Why should they have to pay again?
Let's be one of those states that doesn't tax our seniors when they've paid all.
Another is Minnesota's only taxing the higher earners, and we need the money.
I think ultimately the most struggling seniors would be the ones that are hardest hit.
So let's take the emotion out of it for now
and talk numbers with a public finance expert at the U of M.
Why does Minnesota tax Social Security benefits?
Because it's income.
Here's Jay Kudrowski.
And we tax income in the state of Minnesota.
The percentage you pay depends on how much you make. In Minnesota, about half the people who get Social Security benefits don't pay taxes on them. Here are the averages. People who bring in less than $24,000 a year pay no tax. Households who make less than $58,000, about 19% of your Social Security is taxable. And households who bring in more than that, 2/3 of your Social Security can be taxed.
We started doing it in 1985.
Right after the federal government started doing it, our state followed the feds, others didn't.
It was simply conformity with the federal tax, which we did in those days routinely.
If Minnesota were to stop taxing Social Security benefits entirely, Senate Republicans said today that would save taxpayers $430 million a year.
Does that money go straight into the general fund?
It does.
Is that a big amount?
It is a big amount.
Minnesota's annual budget is right around $25 billion.
Where are they going to find that $400 million a year?
In both 2017 and 2019, the state did cut taxes slightly on Social Security benefits. Now our rates are lower than the federal ones.
There are over 37 states that do not tax individuals that are on Social Security, and the number is growing. That means there are 13 other states that still tax individuals that are on Social Security. Why they do that is only one reason: revenue. States need the money, especially now that it's not as many people employed to put money into the Social Security or even to state programs. So they need to get money just as much as the federal government does. That's why a few states continue to tax individuals that are on Social Security. Now, when it comes to this next round of stimulus negotiations, it looks like the petition is still moving forward for individuals in Congress to go ahead and pass another round of stimulus payments. As long as congressmen feel that their position is not threatened. Remember back in March, which is a while ago, there were over 21 senators that sent a letter to President Biden requesting him to give us stimulus payments. But we're going to keep you guys posted and updated, like I said in the last video, on what's taking place with this round of stimulus negotiations. But we can say that the American public is saying that you still want to have another stimulus check. Now, when it comes to stimulus, there is stimulus money available from the second stimulus bill as well as the third bill. But a lot of people just aren't thinking about taking advantage of it. And that is rent relief and utility relief. These monies can be used not only for your rent, your mortgage, and utilities, but anything that needs to take place in your household. You need money for plumbing? They've got the money for it. Do you need money to have something done for your roof? Or if you have something that needs to be repaired in your home? And that money can be used towards anything that has to do with your home. We're going to talk about more states that are giving away this type of money, of all 50 states and all the programs that they offer. So it doesn't matter what county you're in, what city you're in, as long as you're in that particular state, you are eligible for that state's monies. So we're going to give you that list. All you have to do is email me. But until then, we're still going to talk about the states that are available right now in detail. For example, the next state that we're headed to is North Carolina. And so far in North Carolina, they've given away over $133 million to 36,000 households so far. And they're also giving away a $25 cash gift card. So they're giving away cash and they're giving away money to make sure that you get your bills paid. So at the end of the day, make sure that you take advantage of it. And the next state that we're ready to head to is North Dakota. And in North Dakota, they're saying if you've lost over 80% of your income, you are head of household, and if you're in a position where you soon will see yourself homeless situation and you lost your job, they say that they have the monies waiting for you right now in North Dakota. And most of the states have these same qualifications as well. If you fall up under those umbrellas, definitely make sure that you apply. Don't put yourself in a position to where you're being evicted. At least try to fight it by applying for these programs. And the next state that we're ready to head to is Ohio. In Ohio, they're giving out over $1.5 billion in free rent and utility relief monies. So all you have to do is apply. We have the links that we're going to be sending you guys, as well as making sure the links are in the description. And remember, with each website, there's going to be phone numbers for you to call somebody. So if you have problems with the applications or have questions, they'll be able to answer those questions for you in the state of Ohio, as well as all the other states. The next state that we're going to head to now is Oklahoma. And in the state of Oklahoma, they've so far helped over 40,000 households to keep individuals from being evicted and put on the streets because of lack of rent money. They've actually given individuals up to 12 months in the state of Oklahoma right now to where you can apply to get some of the back rent paid on, as well as having money for future rent and utilities, as well as other household items that you may need. At the end of the day, make sure that you apply in the state of Oklahoma because, like I said, they've already given away to over 40,000 households. Why not make your home one of the next 40,000 households that they give money to? The next state that we're going to head to is Oregon. And in the state of Oregon, they'll be giving away over $205 million when it comes to rent relief. That's free money for you and your household. They've already had over 8,000 applicants so far in their program. So they're really ramping up the apps. And so realize when I say apply, you definitely need to apply because Oregon is doing this. They're giving you till February of 2022 to get your application in. But I recommend get it done immediately because that money is going to run out faster than February of 2022. And they're paying your rent from back rent all the way from last March all the way until now. So if they're willing to pay your rent from that time period up until now, I recommend in the state of Oregon that you take advantage of it and don't wait until February. The next state that we're going to talk about is this state, Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania is giving away over $569 million to landlords as well as the tenants that are in need. Realize when it comes to the state of Pennsylvania, you have to make sure that you have everything correct on your application, especially your phone number, because once they reach out to you to get this money out to you, it can be up to $20,000. You will only get 1 or 2 phone calls. And if you put the wrong information down, a lot of times individuals lose out just because the program couldn't contact them to get the money to them. So make sure all your information as far as your email address and your phone numbers and of course your address is actually updated in the correct information, even if you have to put a substitute number down. So you put 2 numbers down instead of 1 on the application. But at the end of the day, make sure that you remember that you apply, because sometimes people look at the phone call and don't recognize the call. You might think it's a bill collector, but it's actually somebody calling you to get the funds to you to help pay your bills. So make sure you do that, especially in the state of Pennsylvania. Next state that we're going to go to today is Rhode Island. In Rhode Island, they are just like everyone else, giving you up to 15 months of stimulus rental money. That money is available for you right now in the state of Rhode Island. They've got over $200 million that they're going to be giving away. And just as I mentioned with Pennsylvania, so far, over 916 people have been denied in the state of Rhode Island. Even though they've had thousands of applicants, 916 households have been denied due to the fact that they couldn't catch up with them to get the money to them. So at the end of the day, make sure that you answer the phone call, even if you don't recognize it. And also make sure you have updated information so they can reach out to you. just in case they have any, and what's going on in politics today. And if you're interested in getting this type of information on a daily basis, well, you've made it to the right channel. Oh yeah, all you need to do now for yourself is subscribe. Click that bell notification so you can get the latest and greatest information coming from Mostly Money.